Hearing our children start to talk when they are younger is such an exciting time. It can be nerve-wracking though when we may not understand all the different sounds that they're using and when they might be hard to understand for unfamiliar listeners. Today I'm going to tell you about some toddler speech development. What sound should your toddler be making? And if you're new here, my name is Rose Griffin. I'm a speech language pathologist and a board certified behavior analyst. I'm a public speaker, blogger, and mother of 3 children under the age of 10 years old. So there was an amazing article that just came out in 2018, kind of in our literature, and it was from McLeod and Crow, and it talked all about when should certain sounds be acquired by children. And I think as a parent, it's really hard to know, should my child who's 2 be able to make the R sound or the TH sound? And if you don't have that background in speech therapy, if you're not a speech therapist, it can be hard to know, is it okay if my child can't say all the sounds? At what age does that happen? Make sure that you click the link below because I have a really nice PDF that is going to show you all of this information. So it's going to show you when a child is 2 to 3, what sounds should they be making? When they're 4, when they're 5, when they're 6. When should all the different sounds be acquired? And you know, what do I do as a parent just to be a good model for my child's speech? And if I'm still concerned, what do I do? Where do I go from there? Just to show you some of the things. So when a child is 2 to 3, and I think this goes across, what this article looked at too is different languages too. I do a lot of international parent training and consults with parents, and a lot of the times these are children who are living in homes where there are 2 different languages being spoken and things like that. So sometimes in English, we may have certain sounds that may not be in the other language and vice versa. So this is just a good starting point for all parents. So when your child is 2 to 3, they should be making sounds like p, b, d, n, h, t, k, g, w, f, and y. Okay, so those are typically what we see when a child is 2 to 3 years of old. 2 to 3 years of age. And as they're 4 years old, then we get into sounds like the L, the ch, the s, the v, sh, and z. So when a child is 4 years of age, those are sounds that they typically can make. Then we get to 5, that's when the R comes in, TH, the th sound, that's voice. And then when a child is 6, they should have the voiceless th. And so that is by 6, they should really have acquired all those different speech sounds. How do I know if my child has a speech sound disorder? If you're worried about your child, you should definitely download this guide, listen to what sounds they're saying, tell your pediatrician so that they can give you information. If your child is younger in your state, there will be an early intervention provider and you can contact them. And typically what happens is they come out to your home and they may do some type of assessment, determine if your child needs therapy. Other things you can do when your child is nearing the age of 3 is that you should contact your local school district. Your local school district, when your child is 3, you should contact the special education director. They will set up a time for you to have an evaluation or a screening. And that will help you to determine, is their speech, the way that they're making their speech sounds, is it okay? Do they need intervention? What is that intervention going to look like? And just some general things that you can do at home. We want to make sure that we're always saying our sounds the correct way. Sometimes when our kids are making little errors in their speech sounds, it can be kind of cute. And some parents might fall into this kind of area where they're kind of saying things wrong as the child says it because they may think that it's cute. But we want to make sure that we're not doing that. We want to make sure that that we as adults are giving our children really good models of how speech sounds should be said. We want to be a model and show them this is the way that we're saying it. It's okay if your child is not saying it the correct way. They may need intervention to learn where to put their tongue and how to make the sounds the correct way. But that's one thing that we can definitely do as parents, is to make sure that we're, reinforcing and praising our child for communicating, because that's really great. We want to make sure that their message is being heard as a child, and just as an adult even, it's important to get our needs and our wants met. We want to make sure that we are saying things the correct way. And we don't want to always correct our child. It's okay if they say some things the wrong way, because they may need intervention. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because I'm adding videos weekly. Make sure that you click the link down below to get this chart. You can just print it off, put it on your fridge, take a look at it. It's going to show you when a child should have acquired different sounds at ages 2 to 3, 4 years of age, 5 years of age, and 6 years of age. If you're concerned about your child, make sure that you tell your pediatrician. If your child is younger, contact the early intervention program. If you're here in the United States, we definitely have those set up. And make sure that if your child is nearing the age of 3, that you contact your local school district, because at that point, they would then do an evaluation or a screening and let you know if your child does in fact have a delay in their speech sounds and what that intervention path may look like. As always, great to see you. Make sure you subscribe so you can see my videos weekly, and see you soon.